Who's hosting now then?
You are.
Oh, fuck's sake. Hello everyone. Welcome back.
Cheerio.
Alex and Dan have been given some relief after a long day, so I've come back after a trip to the steam room.
Nice, dude.
It was nice, yeah. Although they had really crap towels, but you know, I can take that. There we go. So we have Gambit versus Liquid coming up. That is the next and final best of 3 of the evening.
Are you excited? You sound really excited.
I'm excited, yeah.
Nice.
You know, I'm well rested. I even changed, you know, had a wardrobe change.
Nice.
We're
We're wearing
the
polos.
Grammys. Yeah.
We're on the polo squad.
What about the polos?
I didn't
man?
get the memo.
The memo?
Which memo was that?
That we should all wear polos.
Well, sucks to suck.
What's going on in there?
Diamonds.
You've got birds. Reminds me of the old boost on train when the bird would take you out of the map. You know, on Ivy. Remember that?
Yeah,
Good
good
days.
additions.
Good days.
Fly away.
Like Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah. Or somebody tied to lots of balloons, perhaps.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe that's how Dan was abandoned in a foreign country.
No, I think it was way more rough than that. It's probably some dark stuff, so that's why he doesn't want to talk about it. Tim, join us.
Ooh, we've got odds. We've got odds, and they
Tim,
seem
you want to join
to
us?
favour Liquid. Can't right now.
Yeah, right.
Not right now.
As in,
As
what
in
he
right
really
now,
meant was
ever.
hell no.
Hells no.
Hell no. I can't right now. I have to walk into this room over here. I'm sorry. Very sorry. You want to join? You want to join? Come on, man. Don't make me play the race card. Jesus, these guys.
Yo, Brax, you want to cast?
They just
I
get
I think like
to
he
witness
learned and
rejection.
he doesn't want to have anything beat you anymore. Josh.
Yeah?
It's like, hey Brax, you want to cast?
I want to go at him, but
He's like,
I'm
yeah.
afraid of crossing the line.
Fell
at
for this
some
one.
point.
Fell for this one
I
before.
feel like I will
Josh.
cross the line.
Fell for this one before.
I know.
Not twice though. Oh, look at that. There's a Team Liquid poster. Elige looks super weird in that poster. I gotta be honest.
Who does?
Elige. Yeah.
Oh my god, I just realized Josh is down at the bottom.
What's wrong with that?
Well, so I don't know if we have time for that in a best of 3 to go through.
Yeah,
this.
why is Josh Gollum? I mean,
Honestly,
not Gollum.
Oh.
Just imagine Team Liquid had PTR on it, team. Like, it would just be perfect.
Wait, who was Hermione?
Elige, wasn't it?
No, Elige was the second person. He was Ron. And
I don't know. I haven't watched any
Twist
Harry Potter.
was. Oh, so Nitro is Hermione.
Okay.
That's awful. I don't know what Nick's doing there. It's terrible. And they just fit Stanislaw and just like, here.
Just
Just get in this photo.
You're gonna
Just
be
do
there as
whatever.
well.
Just do whatever. Just be in it.
You stand over here.
Over there.
Alright,
over
alright.
there.
What about Gambit?
Do we have a Gambit one? Yeah.
Gambito. Of course we do.
Is there a Gambit one? Okay.
Oh my
Of
god.
course.
Of course. That was always going to happen.
Lord of the Retake, the Fellowship of the X-God.
I like it. I like it.
And the original?
There we go.
There we go.
Zeus is Gandalf.
I like what they've done with his hair.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Mo
all
is
great.
Legolas. I like that, like the sniper, very precise.
In that picture,
Why
Zeus looks a bit
is-
like.
why is Dosha is what's her name? No, not Galadriel. It's Arwen. Dosha is Arwen.
Zeus looks like Val Kilmer in Falling Down a little bit, don't you think?
Who?
Not Falling Down.
Oh.
Heat. Heat.
Oh, Heat.
Don't you think?
Wow, Heat
Well,
was
the
too
grey
good of
hair,
a
you
movie
mean?
to be compared with like Zeus.
No, he's talking about the gray hair, I think.
But
There's
he,
a-
he had blonde hair. No, he looks a little bit like Val Kilmer, but from Kiss Kiss Bang
No.
Bang.
He looks like Tom Cruise from Collateral.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little
I can
bit,
see
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just needs to be a
Reference
little
game
bit
on
more
point.
withered. And he's there.
Adrian is Aragorn. There's no question about it.
I guess so.
I mean, Hobbit is the easy one. It's like, it's too easy actually. It's too easy.
There's
Almost.
lots of small people in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Marvellous. So what Gambit are we expecting to turn up today?
I don't know. That's the tricky question. I feel like I'd like to think that Kiev was the one-off. That were just their off event, you know, and things didn't really go their way. Because Gambit in general is a very, very skilled team. Their big problem, obviously, is the map pool, right? We know that they are incredibly strong on both Overpass and Cobble, but besides that, what is their third, fourth math in the pool? It seems like Inferno is their number 3, Cash number 4, but we'll see what happens here against Liquid because you only get one ban because before your opponents get to pick the map, Gambit doesn't play Nuke, so that leaves a lot of maps available that Gambit still doesn't really play that much, like Train or Mirage potentially for Liquid.
So Josh, what can you tell us about Liquid then?
They're pretty good these days. They have an in-game leader.
That's always that's a good start.
That's turning things around. I don't know. They looked pretty strong yesterday when we were watching them play. Stanislaw definitely bringing some structure into the team. From what I could tell, everyone was playing pretty well. Elige was getting some good rounds. JDM was hitting his op shots. We saw Twist was making some impact frags as well. So I don't know. Like I think Liquid's looking pretty strong these days. Offline. This is the first offline event, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can say that.
Particular lineup.
Yes. I could say that. Because online they've been struggling.
You can say whatever
right?
you want.
Yeah, of course I can.
What do you want to say, Josh? That's the question.
You don't want to know what I want to say.
The microphone is open. Yeah. We're all friends here. We're all friends here.
All
no. Let's not do that. How about this?
Yanko, what do you think Josh wants to say?
I think he has a lot on his mind that he wants to share with people. It's better than to just like keep it inside, because then it just becomes this big rock.
I guess I'm on our next episode of Dr. Phil right now.
You got to release, man.
How about this? Let's look at the maps first after they finish the vetoes, and then when we figure out what maps they're going to play, I'll give you some more in-depth insight into what I think is going to happen, how I think they're going to fare, how Liquid's going to fare against Gambit.
What do we do until then, though?
I don't know. You're here for the filler, right?
Yanko, what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? Huh?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I haven't really given it any thought, James.
James, aren't you the desk host? Like, shouldn't you be carrying the show?
You should be like...
We don't have a desk.
Aren't you like...
Couch host, that's a bit dangerous.
I'm being asked if I want a poll.
Like
so
a poll,
I'm going to say yes.
So you can dance.
I don't know what the poll is, but I'm going to say yes, I want a poll. I don't know what... I mean, why not? You know, let's just be inclusive, shall we?
Sure.
You know? Oh, now what do we want the poll to
want?
be? Yeah, okay. So what do we want to... I don't know. What should we have? Yeah. Well,
I mean, someone tweeted at me today, is like, why don't you do a Q&A at some point? Like, just have people tweet and like hashtag summit or hashtag ask summit or something along those lines.
Okay.
And we can answer a couple of questions. How does that sound, James, the host?
Not necessarily a poll, but I mean, I'm willing to say yes to everything here.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, not everything. Not everything.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to say yes to this. Let's just leave it at that, shall we?
Okay.
Okay, so rather than a poll, perhaps we can have a Q&A. I suppose tweet them at the Beyond the Summit, which
or
maybe
just tag us.
They can present. Well, I don't. Can production present questions on the stream? Is that something you can do? Talk to me. Talk to me.
There we go.
They can do tweets of hashtags. Okay. So what's the hashtag then? Hashtag CS Summit.
Is that what
that's the hashtag? Send your questions, and production will present us.
CS_Summit.
Hashtag CS_Summit. Just like you see up there.
And there, and there, and there, and everywhere.
Hashtag CS_Summit. So there we go. Marvelous. Send us your questions for either myself or for Yanko.
Oh, wow, I'm getting questions already.
Oh, for all of us.
I just got like 15 questions.
Nice.
Give me a shout out, cuz.
You have a cousin?
No. Apparently, that's how people talk these days.
That sounds pretty gangster.
Yeah, so
I've only heard cousins in films when I say "God damn cuz." That's about it.
Really?
Yeah. Try to check my phone as well.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet? You guys are slow. We're living in a digital age and people can't send out tweets this early. Like, come on.
Alright, let me check my intertubes.
Intertubes?
Yeah.
Alright, I got this.
Not inner tubes, intertubes.
Intertubes?
Okay, what are people saying to me?
The next match in hashtag CS Summit will be SK Gaming versus Cloud9. Well, that is old. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
There's loads
Why
now.
are you wearing shoes? Actually, I was here a bit too late, so I forgot to take them off. Here you go. Free backs, question mark.
Would you say your trousers are pink or salmon?
Salmon.
Or an off salmon?
Salmon.
Not like off food, but I mean like, you know, it's close to salmon, not quite salmon.
Salmon/peach. What is the best part about Serbia? Definitely the girls.
The food's pretty good.
Would you die for FaZe Nico? Absolutely not. Do you wish you were still playing competitively? Do you like analyzing over playing these days? I kind of miss competing, but it's like it's a pain in the ass to grind things out with like a Serbian team because people are just not serious enough. And like this is probably the best alternative I can have to playing. So
Why don't you play with me?
I do, but it makes me want to kill myself.
Whoa!
There we go.
Trigger warning.
What else do we have?
What is the Duck's name? The Duck's name is Tyrone, as
Tyrone.
chosen in a poll earlier in this yesterday's broadcast, in fact.
Are the players and talent staying in the house or hotels nearby? We're staying in hotels nearby because
Because we are.
Josh,
like that.
Tips for a new in-game leader.
Tips for a new in-game leader. Actually, good question because I have a YouTube series on.
Do it.
On
Yeah,
it.
shameless plug. Why not?
There's a few videos I've done on in-game leaders and specifically new teams, which I think all players on a team could benefit from, where it's not just specific to an in-game leader, but basically what you want to do whenever you are a new team is build a solid foundation for your team to work yourself up from. So you don't want to go and be too specific with all these set executions. You want to make sure that you kind of get into this groove with one another, kind of understand how each other play as individuals and how you can play off one another, build that chemistry up, build a solid default. And then from having a solid default, that's when you start branching out. So first you want to build a foundation, identify the roles of all the players, and kind of have a feel for how everyone plays, because that's going to dictate how you're going to be able to set up your strats and your in-depth executions later on in the game. That's a good start. I don't know.
I think as if you're in a new team or a new in-game leader,
Yeah.
you have to accept the fact that it's okay to lose as well. You're not going to have instant success if you're a new team, if you're on a team for the first time, etc. You know, if you're trying to play more serious Counter-Strike as opposed to playing matchmaking, for example. It's okay to lose. You have to lose to learn as part of the process. So
Right, but
shouldn't be.
I think that's a lesson for everyone, not just like a new team or a new in-game leader.
You're
Yeah.
not practicing to win. You're practicing to learn, basically what works and what doesn't work and what your players are comfortable with.
I think you were talking to someone a couple of months ago. I was watching a tournament that you were doing, and you were saying that it was you and Sponge. And Sponge said that you should play to learn, and you said you should play to win because while playing to win, you're also learning to adapt on the fly.
Yeah.
So you're contradicting yourself.
No. The thing that Chad said is like it's also like fine. For example, if you run the same strat the whole half, for example, just to test it out. And I said I don't think that's beneficial because you're not going to call that strat, whatever it is, in like any situation. You're going to call it for a specific situation when you see something that's when you see it's a good counter for something your opponents are doing. So what I said is you're supposed to have a playbook first, at least of a couple of strats that you're going to use. Okay, if the CTs are playing passive, I'm going to run this. If they're playing aggressive, I'm going to run that. And then based off of what your opponents are doing in practice, you're going to try those things which you think will work against that setup, because there's no point running the same strat over and over again if your opponents are playing in a way that naturally counters what you're trying to do. You're just running into a wall. You're not going to learn much because you would never call that in a game.
I think his argument was that if a team is running that, then you should, instead of just being like, oh well, they're trying to run this A strat thing, let's just play like, let's just push and kill them in the back. Let's push B and flank them and stuff. And he was saying like, oh, they're going to do this A execute. Well, this is a great practice for us at A to defend against it. So instead of pushing and kind of being assholes in this regard, we're going to let them do it and give them practice, but we're also going to get practice ourselves by holding against this. Because if we're playing against a team and we don't know what's coming, we need to know how to hold it.
Yeah, but I think it's very different though for the CT and the T side. Like for the CT side, I agree. You can run the same setup. For example, if you go 3B all the time on Inferno, you can, if they just start rushing you towards A or going for a very fast like pop flash towards mid, then your A players can see, okay, this is like how we can get really punished for this. So we should probably use our incendiaries straight away, use our smokes while the guys secure banana, and we get the two players back towards A. But on the T side, it's different.
I think there's a give and take where if you're expecting to get that same practice, that you would have the respect from the team that you're playing against to kind of give you quality practice time where you can actually learn and improve and tweak your strategies instead of just being just like, let's push and just screw them over.
I think you can find a fine balance. I don't think you should play to win in a sense that you would like force buy all the time because they're low on money. Perhaps you want to reset them so that you win. Sure, you want to do that if you want to practice your force buy, like if you have a specific strategy that you want to run. But I don't agree with what some teams like do, or what Chad I think referenced in that sense is like you want to try one strat for a whole half on the T side. I don't agree with that. I agree if you want to practice a certain style, maybe you can try it out like for the CT side. You want to try playing passive for the whole half, and then you see what screws you over and what it works against.
There's a question here. What is your no? Does this iteration of Liquid have potential to be the best one yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. When you look at the lineup on paper, they have like the roles. I think what Liquid needs the most to be a very good team is JDM to like play like he's played at Cologne 2016 or around that period when he was really, you know, considered probably the best opper in NA, because they have the in-game leader, they have like the strategies, the structure, they have great skilled riflers in Elige and Twists. Nitro is doing his role as well. I feel like
what
they
is
have
his
all
role?
the pieces. I think like he's also
Train Nuke.
He's there with Elige.
So Gambit choose Train, Liquid choose Nuke, and then Cobblers. Those are
Liquid
three very
won on
tight
Nuke
maps.
yesterday against Snip.
Yeah. I think this is Gambit picking towards their opponent's weaknesses rather to their own strengths, because I can only imagine that Liquid's veto was Overpass, because there's no way like Gambit picks Train over Overpass. So they decide to go for Train, probably because they don't know Liquid doesn't play that much. Maybe it's something they've been practicing recently. Obviously Zeus with Navi was an extremely strong team on Train, and then they have Cobblestone for the decider. So you look at this and deceptively you may think if Gambit wins one of the first two maps, they're going to win the series, but Liquid has been pretty strong on Cobblestone themselves.
So in terms of going back to the Liquid strongest lineup ever, I would agree with that. I don't think there are too many lineups previous of Liquid that even challenge that. And I wouldn't consider. I don't know if I would consider Simple being in the team as a long-term strong lineup, because you know he was carrying his team through a lot of rounds, and yeah, there were a lot of spectacular clutches and so on, but I feel like they were too dependent on him.
I heard some things about the atmosphere within the team. I can't vouch for the accuracy of it or the authenticity. I trust the sources that I heard. I heard that he was saying some pretty mean stuff to when he was playing with the Dren on the team.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, he's very honest.
I think I agree with I agree with you that it was never going to be a long-term thing. Yeah. Like even that run at Cologne, him playing as a stand-in, obviously you have a different mindset. You know that you're not going to stay with the team, so you're not really worried about the future of the team. You're just basically playing your own thing, trying your best at that one particular tournament, just because obviously you want to.
But
go
beyond
as
that,
you can.
you also have like the element of surprise almost in a way, because teams aren't able to practice again, or teams aren't going to be able to prepare for what you have to offer, because everything that you have is new. It's for that just like that one event or that short term, and everything's going to be changed. There's no real way that they could be counter-stratted. Yeah. So
similar to what FaZe did in Katowice, right? They only had 3 days of practice, but no one knew what they were actually going to do.
It's like that honeymoon stage where everything's like flowing, everything's going well, and teams don't know what to expect from you.
Well, there's a lot of questions. Is it uncomfortable to have those headsets over your ears all the time? Your ears get sweaty. They don't really get sweaty, but they are pretty uncomfortable if you wear them for an extended period of time.
I think it depends on your ears.
Well, these are Sennheiser headsets, so these are better than most. Like if you have like an Ars Technica headset, for example, which are fairly common as well at events, they tend to have less padding, and you just get like harder objects around your ears.
And those are horrible. Ars Technica?
I don't know what it is. What is it?
Audio Technica?
Yeah, but isn't it like?
I think there's an Ars Technica as
well.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like
I'm not sure. I thought you were calling it like
not
an Ars Technica.
No, not Ars. Not Ars.
Yeah, this Ars Technica headset.
Yeah, there's those are like have a cheaper build, so those can be quite uncomfortable very quickly.
This is an interesting question. Do you feel Pronex has become a liability in terms of his in-game performance? I think so.
So his in-game performance being that 29 kills, 84 deaths over 4 maps?
Yeah, that's less than 4 kills a half.
Yeah, that's pretty low.
Which is like really... And I think the meta has shifted in a way where, you can't really go for that loose playstyle. I don't really even know. Like at the period where Fnatic was at their highest of highs, all the individuals were just playing so amazingly well and working so well off of each other. There wasn't really that much like insane structure or anything. Sure, you have to give props to Pronax because Fnatic at that time was really good at like 4v4s, 3v4s. They would somehow find a way to still win the round. But he had much more skilled players around him. Maybe not necessarily much more skilled, but they had much better chemistry. They worked much better off of each other.
Filled all the positions. Like, oh, no one wants to play Beyond Mirage. Okay, I'll do it. Because I trust you guys to be able to do everything else.
So the teams are getting ready on train.
So, do you think Liquid need an EU player to perform, or what about Swag on C9 versus Sky? Okay, I'll answer the Liquid thing. I don't think they need a European player to perform well. I think Stan is a massive step up from Pimp. Unpopular opinion, perhaps, but I think Stanisla's kind of got everything, like all the qualities that a Liquid needs right now.
Can you tell me the deets on those 6 shorts? They're from Gap. And I'm not wearing the same shorts as Josh. I'm pretty sure.
Steel once said that Snacks is a... How's that relevant?
Ooh, we've got nice VS videos now. Ooh, look at that. That's glorious.
And the Lounging Opera.
Lord of the Retake. We'll see if they are Lords of the Retake soon enough because we're about to get into the game. Liquid 5 Kevlars on the CT side. Zeus going to be the grenade man for his team. In-game leader as well.
There's been a lot of questions, so we'll leave this for a time where we have actually more time to
Whoa!
talk about. We have action. Edric gets the kill. Peter Slaw. This really is a pain in the ass. Why can't you just be Stanislaw? It's like, why do people change their nicknames? Casting is hard.
Yeah. Well, try it when people decide to put their initial and then last name. And
Yargus.
That's when things get
Stanislaus.
really fun. So Gambit with the man advantage at present after an early engagement. They've still got lots of time to make a play, but they'll just bide their time for now. 2 of these 3 Ts have picked up USPs as well. Minute 6 on the clock, and Gambit are looking for information, leaving 1 play towards B, so they have their options open, and Alicia's coming in towards main. Gambit seem to have thought better of it, but indeed if Gambit start moving quickly, they're going to be very out of position.
Elijah Wood just making a big play here, walking all the way through Ivy into teammate, clearing everything out. Basically, they're going to know, hey, you know what? It's going to be inner. Watch out, Josh. Watch out, JDM. JDM in a good position by Z, just spotting for info, really, and then probably going to try to get 1 kill, and then wait for Leech to come up and make a play.
Peppering him, he's peppering him, but he can't get the kill indeed, and now JDM can run distraction, although there's still 2 Ts on the high ground. Spotted by Leech now, but neither of these CTs getting a kill. No kit as well, but still lots of time on the clock. JDM's moving in now as all 3 are bunched together, and finally Leech will get taken down, so it is Mr. Laidback, Mr. Cadillac.
Stick it.
Last man standing for his team, but there's a Molotov onto Zeus, so they don't even need to face. There goes the molly.
Oh, scroll wheel jump. You hate to see it.
Do you ever have it on your mouse? There are certain types of mice where sometimes like your mouse wheel can be halfway between 2 clicks, and then at some point it just clicks over, and then
that happens to me. I get in a habit of making sure that if I've just been doing bunny hops or whatever, or pulling out a flashbang because mouse wheel up for me is flashbang, I will make sure that it's not stuck like halfway between 2 whatever.
Do you
points.
push it down?
No, I
tend to push it down.
I just continue the scroll, and I'll feel like the ribs or whatever that's in the mouse wheel.
Yeah.
I'll just feel it, and I'll just be like, okay.
What's your mouse 4 and 5 then?
Mouse 4 and 5, the side buttons, the thumb, push the top. Just push the top.
That's smoke and flash for me. That's why I wanted very zero.
Smoke is F, mouse wheel up is flash, and T is for incendiary / Molotov.
Yeah, I've got T for molly. I've got mouse 4 for flash, mouse 5 for smoke. Number 4 is only.
What do you use for push the talkie?
Most mouse 4. Sorry.
Voice activation.
Number 4 is only HE grenade. I use alt to talk.
See, how do you flame your team to your stream then?
How do what?
Flame your team to your stream, because I do that all the time.
That's the thing. I don't.
That's why you just push the talk. So I can sit there and tell my stream about how awful all the players I'm playing with are, because it's not on voice activation.
I mean, when I play, I just tend to flame my teammates on TeamSpeak. So.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's toxic though.
They're just used to it.
That's toxic.
No, they're just shit. I'm just, you know.
When Yanko's mad at me, he just doesn't talk. If I've tried to knife someone and lost us a round, then he just doesn't talk anymore.
Not just any round, but like a reset round, which is like 100% win if he doesn't go for the knife. But he goes for the knife and we lose the round, and then I have 1400.
Why would you go for a knife, James?
It's just who I am. It's just who I am. You gotta be you, you know.
Yeah.
That's what they say in
I'd
these
never go for
inspirational
knife
talks. All about the knife kills. A good start on this eco round. This is the second eco for, well, it's the eco round, assuming they paused the previous one for Liquid. So it's still very cleanable for Gambit. They're getting tagged by the scouts, definitely not going to help. 2 CTs on the high ground.
JDM does look like Mr. Clean a little bit.
Mr. Clean?
Yeah.
Is that like an American advert or something?
Oh, I guess so.
You're Canadian.
I don't even
I'm
watch
Canadian.
TV. I don't even have a TV in my living room. There's no TV there.
What do you have there, then?
There's nothing there. Just a table.
Mirror.
Just a table. Table, some chairs.
What do you do at the table, then?
Eat dinner.
Oh, isn't that like the dining room where you eat?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like, it's a, you know, central London. If you've got a living
Yeah, it's
room
basically
and
a
a dining
closet.
room,
You're rich.
then you're rich.
Yeah.
So,
I thought you were rich, James.
I'm not rich.
When I lived there, I had basically a closet to live in. 650 pounds a month. Nice.
Reasonable.
Reasonable.
Yeah, that must have been some hardcore living space.
It was sick. I had like a twin bed and a wardrobe and a small desk. Shared kitchen. Fun stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, London's not cheap, Maine. So JDM's got 3450. He's been a good boy in double E-code, so he gets the AWP in the next round and can even have armor as well.
Nice.
Hobbit with the reverse James Bond. Off to a good start.
Yep.
So if it's a reverse James Bond, does that mean he's odd job?
7-0.
Is he odd job then?
Odd job?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
You don't know odd job?
No.
He was a small Asian dude with a hat. He used to throw the hat, and the hat had a blade around the edge. He used to kill people with his hat.
Interesting.
You don't know odd job?
No, he's not Odd Job. He's the Hobbit.
All right, we need to get used to watching some James Bond films, man. Odd Job was the dude. He also was.
Wait, is that the one that Austin Powers made fun of by having the shoe, like throwing the shoe at people?
Yeah.
Nice.
He used to be a mixed martial artist as well, and he used to wear lipstick when he fought.
Austin Powers?
To put his. I think he used to cross dress when he was fighting in mixed martial arts. Anyway, something you can look up. His name was Joe Sun. It's a bye round for both teams here.
Nice. 2 UMPs. And a Galil.
The dream.
Galil versus UMP.
Why does Dosha have the op?
Because
What
he's
is
a
this?
sex god, dude.
He's not the op god.
Right?
That is a very good question.
You don't need to be a god of the op if you're just sitting there holding an angle.
I don't know if I remember seeing Dozy with an AWP before. And Mo has a UMP.
He probably, like, if we had a camera on him right now, it looked like he's, like, falling asleep on his chair, too. Actually, Doja is like the JDM almost of Europe.
I bet
he's
Mo's
just, like, lounging.
Shit
all
with
the
the
time.
op.
He must have said to Mo. He must have said to Mo. Oh, okay. So Dozier and Mo have switched names
Oh,
apparently.
brilliant.
Why
not? Why not?
That's
There's
neat.
me thinking Dozier's
Okay.
like, hold my drink, bitch.
Wow, okay. Isn't that against the rules?
Why exactly? Why can they do that?
Yeah, we need an admin in there right now. Make them change their names.
I refuse to cast until they switch back. Actually,
Yeah,
I
me too,
can't
me
really-
too. I'm
I
going
can't really
boycott
do
this.
They can sort out Stanislaw at the same time.
We need to unionize, boys.
Peter Islaw is tagging. Oh, Hobbit's down to 1 HP.
I'm getting the rule book right after this game.
that. That's a big rotate from Hobbit.
He might make it as well.
Yeah.
So Yusu's doing a good job. There's no kit on these CTs. Twist. He does not have time to defuse this bomb.
Come on, baby, now. No. Oh, what's up, Tim?
Hey, Tim.
Tim the Tapman.
Nice.
Yeah, just
We have
put it
been
on.
joined by Senor Tim.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All good.
Okay,
All
awesome.
good in the hood.
How's it going, man?
It's going pretty well. How are you?
I'm almost
alright,
sad
doing
that,
alright.
that the headset's ruined your hair now.
No, I'm used to it by now. I just work around it.
Nice. What else do you work around?
Just the proof that
hello.
it's actually him.
Yeah.
Oh God. Hello.
We're still here. Still us.
How's the tournament been going for you?
Really well. This is probably my favorite tournament of the year.
Nice.
Nice.
You guys have been gelling.
Does it feel like old school lands? Because, you know, you got like small rooms to play in where you're kind of spread out in a square or facing the walls.
I like how you asked him that and he's like 15.
Well, I've been to a couple old school lands when I was 8. But yeah, it feels like it. Just a lot better.
You even went to ESCA lands, which kind of had a sort of similar vibe where,
Yeah.
you know, you're in a hotel.
I went with my dad too when I was.
Yeah,
12.
no, I was there.
Did he play as well?
No, he wanted to watch me, but I told him he couldn't join the room, or he couldn't come into the room.
So he was just outside the door? I'm like,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
I'm the legal guardian of that young boy over there, but I'm not allowed in.
Pretty much.
That's cool. That's cool, Dad.
Dad, you're going to embarrass me.
So Gambit looking to go 5-0 up. This was their pick.
Who do you
in
have
the
winning
series.
this series, Liquid or Gambit?
What are the maps? It's
Train, Nuke, and
Cobblers.
Cobble for the tiebreaker.
Ooh, I think Liquid's gonna win.
Nice.
'Cause I know their nuke's really, really strong.
And then they're Cobble strong as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you think they're going to give up this map then?
Nah, I think they'll still come back this map as well.
Damn, dude.
So I'm thinking a 2-0.
Tim is Liquid
That's a
fan.
bold prediction.
He's holding it down for America, for the Stars and Stripes.
You gotta have faith in your own country.
Even when Donald Trump's the president.
Okay, we're getting
moving,
political now.
moving swiftly on, second gun round, double op for Gambit, single op on JDM for Liquid. They seem to be more assertive towards Ivy. That's
Nice shot by
this
Mo
point.
there.
Yeah, this is for everyone. Doshia is Mo.
Do not adjust
Mo
your
is Doshia.
televisions.
Yeah.
Those years, Mo. Mo's
I
those
feel
years.
like when people actually go for Ivy control, they always spam that spot a lot. I just don't think it's viable anymore. Similar to the boost on Inferno towards CT. Everyone just expects it at this point, and that's a man advantage for Gambit. Navi with Zeus was almost unbeatable in these situations, so let's see how Gambit approaches it. Interesting smoke from Zeus, denying vision for JDM so that he can't get a pick with the AWP.
Mo still has Nitro to contend with around the IV area. Looks like the split to A is on. And we've got two Liquid players deep in the B bomb site. They don't really know what's going on at the moment, and that might be a problem unless JDM delivers. Because he's on his own now. There's the first one to trade at least for Nitro, but actually there's a B push coming in eventually. But still, there's two players here. No two-man spray down for Elige. And we've still got Stan at the back of the site. Down goes the bomb. That's going to buy time for his team. He can't hold on though. Hobbit's going to take him down, and now it's JDM to find his second kill and third if he wants to win this. Hobbit with a great angle, just standing behind the smoke. Oh. I thought he might take a shot, but he might not want to reveal his position. There it is.
Feels bad.
Did what he could, but he was in a bad spot.
This is a strong lead for Gambit, T side of Train. Liquid, I mean, their money's not that great. It's not terrible. They can't buy here, but they've basically reached max loss bonus, and it looks like Elige is just going to get UMP armor here. I don't know specifically why you'd go for the UMP in the armor.
They're gonna have
You
to
think
had
buy
6,800.
next round.
Yeah, it is a half buy, but like, I don't know.
They probably should have won that last round. Elige had a really good read and rotated like super early.
If you're Liquid in this position though, do you go for a scout instead of that UMP?
I would go UMP and go close like what Elige's doing right now.
Or even in an op, and then you can just like UMP next round or something when his teammates are able to buy up, and then you just give yourself two chances almost.
Wouldn't you rather a Mag 7 than a Scout?
No, I'd probably go scout, or I would go UMP scout. I never use the mag.
I love me some Mag.
Gara used to use Mag 7 all the time at the start of CSGO.
Yep, JW as well. Uses it still to this day.
Yep.
Around Pop Dog. Good read from Gambit, going towards the empty site, evading the stack. But Liquid is coming in, so I think it's just a little
With their
bit
pistols
too
in their
late.
UMP.
Double peek from Liquid. Closing in now, doing some damage with that gun. Zeus is tagged. They're getting cleaned up quickly by the Hobbit. Sweeping the floor. 2
ops on Gambit as well. And going into this, you know, force buy, it's like a little scary, but going into this gun round, what are they going to do with it? You think they're going to maybe have one guy go for an Ivy pick and then the other guy either team middle or going for the inner pick?
Yeah, I think they'll have one guy go Ivy, one guy try to pick the guy spawning lower.
How do you feel about what do you do if you try and be aggressive on CT on train and you die? What do you do the following gun round? Do you try to be aggressive again, or do you fall back into a passive setup?
I think it depends on how you die. Like if you get the map control that you want and then they retake it from you, I think I would still do it again. But if you just die trying to take it, then I probably wouldn't do it again. Something that Liquid always does when we scrim them is whenever we take Ivy, or whenever we make Ivy presence, they always take team mid on us. But I don't think they've done it this game at all, which is kind of weird.
It looks like Gambit's just sitting back with these ops, and they're not going for any aggressive picks.
Yeah.
Which means, like, the thing with having double ops is that if you let the time run out and there's like 20 or 30 seconds left in the round when you finally start executing, it really pressures you a lot because it's very hard to be aggressive with an op, and very few players are able to make that work. So I think they need to be making picks with this op early on in the round instead of just sitting back, one person sitting watching an Ivy push from T-spawn, basically. Also,
the problem they haven't shown any Ivy presence, so if I were Liquid, I would just send an extra player towards Elige, play 2 in Pop Dog, and then just have an Opera hold Ivy from far away so that he can't get shot from team mid. And you can play 2B. I feel like that's a strong setup. Right now they're still playing as if, you know, they can't hold Ivy, and that might make them vulnerable to... Yep.
Oh, there we go. The time might work out for them, but JDM is on the prowl just for a second. That is that's really unlucky for Liquid, because I feel like the double ops, they clearly stopped Gambit from playing their own game. Everything went out the window, but somehow the curiosity.
Yeah, this was a very weird round. I mean, that was just Stanislaw basically trying to make a read that they're not towards inner, that they're actually going to go outer, and he wanted to have the quick flank, but I feel like you're in no position to take that risk. It's just a straight up, yep, I'm gonna like flip a coin and I'm gonna go and try this.
Well, he had a good pot flash, but I think he peeked a second too early because the smoke was still there when he did the peek. Had he waited for the smoke before the flash came, I think Stanislaw would have gotten the initial kill.
If you have a chance to swap out one of these ops at the end of this round, do you do it?
I would do it, yeah. Change the pace of the game, kind of.
To go faster?
Yeah, to go faster.
Well, just to play their own game, I think.
Well, they're 8-0. Do you want to change the pace of the game up at this point?
I think so.
Yeah,
because,
I would.
You know, your opponents are always thinking how they can counter what you're doing right now.
Yeah, but you want them to have to adjust to you. You don't want to adjust too early before they've...
So you want to say, like, you change it only when you lose the round?
Yeah, you do the same thing until you lose the round, and then from there you decide, do we want to keep doing it, or do we want to change the pace? Because you want to force Team Liquid to adjust to Gambit, and if Liquid doesn't know how to adapt to it, then Gambit can keep just exploiting it. And you force Liquid, like, hey, if you want to win a round against us, you guys need to adapt and adjust and do this now, because we're going to keep doing the same thing.
If they don't push B though, if Liquid don't push B in the dying seconds of that round, I think Gambit probably get wrecked trying to push B.
Yeah, I think they lost their round for sure. They didn't try to make that play.
And the thing is, like, the 2 ops, like, I don't think they have any strats to play 2 ops on T side of train. So if they swap one out, at least they can play their game. Whereas I feel like with 2 ops, they're just like, okay, let's try and get a pick, and then.
I mean, honestly, at this point, they have so much money they can even afford to drop one in spawn and just buy an AK. They would still have that player would still have a max amount of money, but never mind. 5 M4s on Team Liquid. Some early aggression from Gambit. They are going for that outer push.
I think Nitro might have got tagged through the boxes there.
35 damage.
Yeah. And what if Gambit lose a round, then depending on what happens, Liquid may end up with 2 free ops, which would be potentially fantastic. Mo with some nice angles. Will he see that as though?
No.
Oh, Nitro! Oh. That's a good start for Nitro and Team Liquid in this round. Twist makes his way around to main, and Gambit charging into the B bomb site. Hobbit's got a lot of work to do. No kills yet for Gambit, so this is big round. This is a big round for Liquid, especially if they win it with loads of people surviving.
Oh.
The bomb needs to go down, but no one's in possession at the moment. 50 seconds though, so Gambit have time to try and thin the numbers yet more. Hobbit doing great work, but he's only got 5 HP left. Dozier needs to come in for support. That's a good support right there. It's falling apart for Liquid. They had such advantages, and now it's Elige alone. There goes Dozier. Or Mo, rather. And there's Hobbit as well.
So annoying.
Only one player alive for Liquid, though. This is, like, really dangerous territory because their money is so low. And Gambit can just be like, you know what? Let's just kick up the pace right here. This is, like, the opportunity for them to do it. And they can really punish Liquid right here and run away with this half, like a 12-3 almost.
Okay, so Mo, not Dozier, has the AWP, the one AWP for Gambit, and indeed the money is pretty, almost non-existent on the Liquid side.
Almost.
Mo loves going for those wall bangs towards connector. There's a pop flash from Nitro, so Liquid trying to take an advantage. There is a T close. Mo with a slow approach. Again, he was just over towards the main. He's here on his own. Going for the high ground. Ooh!
Through the wall, 44 damage.
Yeah, he got his bell rung. Lucky to get away with that one. That is a warning shot, if ever I saw one. But it's still Gambit with a man deficit at present. They've got a control of upper B. Bomb around the pop dog ladder at present.
This is when they're going to do the one-way smoke lower ramp and then post on Z for the rotate.
What's your thought process, team, when you're in a 4v5 as T on train?
4v5 as T?
Yeah.
It depends on what map control we had and where we got picked off at. But I think against Liquid, what they're doing is really smart because I know that Stan likes playing really passive at inner and playing retake a lot of the time. So I'd probably do what they're doing right now. It's kind of team dependent. That's a really good play by Dren.
Yeah, Gambit using the smokes as brick walls really well on these post-plant situations on B. It's causing havoc for Liquid, and the worst is going to happen. One player survives, so he'll get wiped out, and that is worst-case scenario.
That's a hard reset.
Yeah, again, go back to Vega Squadron versus NIP. It's the same situation. Gambit
You
running
really
away
like
with
referencing that.
I know, yeah, but I mean, it's a good example of
Getting dumpstered.
Yeah, I mean, like.
What?
Well, I guess I could just leave that there. Yeah, it's good enough of a
You feel like
description.
when you're 4v5 as T on train, it's like super hard because kind of B is your go-to place because you can at least get the bomb down and then you have the chance of winning the round. But on the other hand, that's a bit obvious, I mean. And it's hard to go outer when you're a man down. You have one player less to get the trade. So
I think you need to hope that when you're on T side and you're man down, you need to hope that the CTs kind of give you a pick or give you space to work with.
I think there are two really good options when you're 4v5. One is 3 T mid and 1 ladder, and then one is just all enter and jump down dry. But the reason why I think 3 T mid and 1 ladder is good is because normally the CTs are like worried about an Ivy lurker, so you kind of get that guy's presence without actually having one there, and you just play it as if it was a 5v5 and you had a guy lurking Ivy, if that makes sense at all.
Do you think they would be playing 2 inner as well for the CT side?
Yeah. I mean, I think right there they didn't because Stan was playing retake, but if Stan was playing more aggressive, they would definitely have 2 inner.
yeah, that makes sense. The only problem is like not having that lurker. You can if there's an upper towards Ivy, towards Dark, you can have a lot of impact depending on, I mean, how you go out. You go out with nades and everything, but yeah, that makes sense. Can't really afford to like go for a 3-way split when you are already a man down.
Gambit are running out of time to control the situation for a bomb plant. Adren, he goes for the guy on the high ground instead, and the bomb is going to go down. And now there's
Did he not see the planter from the rail?
Possible.
I think he went for
the heaven
whoever was
guy.
a threat to him. The heaven guy was the threat. The bomb planter wasn't.
It looks a lot easier when the X-ray's on, so we can't really see how much he can see. Twist alone, the new man. New man on road for Liquid. Smoke, but no kit. And that's the bombs, I think, is too far gone in this situation if he can't find a kit. So he will hold on to what he can. 10-1 to Gambit.
At these points, Liquid can't just be like, you know what, we killed 3 of them and saved an op, so this is a good eco. Like, this was still a force buy. They need to be winning this round.
At least Twist has a, well, yeah, he's got a forward position. He could go for pick towards main. I think he's got the most forward position, but he could have a much better spawn. But I think he should still get there in time.
So do you still think Liquid's going to come back from this?
100%.
100%? All right.
So Mo's got the...
Can't wait to see this.
I have faith in Stanislaus calling.
All right, here we go.
Stanislaus C9 confirmed?
Oh, in the face, baby!
One.
Almost.
Oh.
When in doubt, whip it out.
I don't think they should go fast right here. Gambit.
USPs. The AWP's been taken away late. And they may have the information that there's not much else. You can see they're just carrying the weapons away from upper B, disposing of them. But Liquid, Elite rather, will hear this. He's hiding in the showers. Never nice when someone's hiding in the showers. Can only mean bad things. And there it is. Can keep it seized out until he knows it's safe to draw the AK.
I wonder how much of your casting is like talking from personal experience.
I'm 6'4", man. That's not personal experience. 47 seconds on the clock. Alicia's position unknown with an AK, and that is a big problem. Oh, he's got to seize it out again. The spam is real. That's a full inbox for Adren. That's going to leave Hobbit alone. He's got a bomb, but he's got 30 seconds. 2 players on B. There's the first 1v1, and the second one doesn't need to peek again. The clock's on Liquid's side, so he can try to force the plants.
Oh. Good read by Hobbit. And for a brief moment there, Tim's probably thinking like 100%.
They're still going to win, trust me.
Hobbit's got a Molotov. Does he try to make his way up? He could throw the flash over the box. No, over the train rather. Oh, there we go. Easy for Hobbit. 4K. Rescues the round for his team and keeps like Liquid on 1.
23 kills or something. Yeah, 23 and 3. Hobbit is just having a field day.
And these rounds are just demoralizing Liquid. Every time Liquid loses one of these rounds, it's just like that more infuriating and tilting.
I have a question though for Tim. You said like you wouldn't go fast if you were Gambit after that initial kill. Doesn't it make sense like if an Opera is there, then he's probably by himself, you know, because the rest of the team is going to have to go with pistols. So if you killed him, there's probably no one else there.
No, not if he went as aggressive as he did. If somebody did that to us, I would think that they're just trying to like get as many kills as possible and then hope that the T's commit. You know, like
it's a bait.
Yeah, pretty much. So I would slow down and re-clear everything and then group up and take something together since we know that they're ecoing.
Hobbit holding passive towards upper B at the moment. Waiting for that smoke to disappear. Looking for any nonsense from Liquid. I think Gambit don't expect an AWP based on Mo's peek towards connector. Again, it is a late peek as far as the T's are concerned, although that would suggest that maybe there is an AWP. Minutes on the clock, and Liquid will have warnings towards Ivy. 2-1-2 set up at the moment with Elige in connector, should he need to rotate one way or another. So Gambit running distraction.
Oh, this is a scummy play.
Walked through the smoke on Ivy. That is a glorious play. And they'll still leave somebody lurking at the end of Ivy, so this is going to be a nasty surprise for Liquid. Where are the CTs though? Nitro gets taken down close to main. They're going to start to move in. Twist's in an interesting position. 27 seconds left, and Zeus is going to shoot Twist in the legs, I think. Mo will take him down. One by one, they are falling like flies.
That's Doja.
Oh, man.
Trigger.
Challenge is hard.
But yeah, it was always curious to me why Gambit didn't start playing Train earlier, because, you know, when you say Gambit, I think Zeus, like, he's the one, you know, who is the leader of the team, obviously, and seeing how strong Navi was on Train, especially on the T side, you would think it's just a matter of time before Gambit picks it up as well, and Zeus just kind of trains the players in how to play the map, actually. So obviously if the players really dislike a certain map, you can't force it upon them, but yeah, it seems like they're very, very solid, at least so far.
This is a Liquid timeout though, right? I like how to imagine it's a Liquid timeout.
I'd
What would Gambit be talking about in this situation then?
Nuke. I mean, Hobbit has like more kills than
Everyone else combined?
almost everyone on Liquid. Like Liquid
24,
combined
24,
has like
30.
30 kills. He has
Yeah.
23. It's pretty rough. But you don't feel like Hobbit has been having some like insane rounds and he won the game by that, except that anti-eco round where he had the 1v3.
I mean,
Just like he's been getting the kills out of the strat that's being executed.
well, of the 13 rounds that have been played, how many of them has Liquid ecoed? Like 6?
Yeah,
And then he just
that
probably
as
for
well.
Cobras it, you know?
You think he's like that fur type of a guy? Fur happy Hobbit? Is that like the holy trinity of eco cobras?
I guess so, dude.
Who's the eco cobra on Cloud9, Tim?
I try to spread it out evenly so everyone gets ecos.
So
So basically Stewie.
Yeah, if he's on, then definitely Stewie.
What do you think about Fur's defense? I don't hunt frags, I just don't trust my teammates.
I've never heard that before, actually.
It's like I just think they die to pistols too often, so I need to take matters into my own hands.
Yeah, I mean, he has that really aggressive mindset, and that's what you need against pistols. You need to just peek him with confidence.
Speaking of confidence, Mo walking into A with the AWP on his own.
What do you mean, Mo? It says Dosha.
Stop. Hi, Marlene. I'm Charlene.
The way he's opping right now is really hard to play against, because I'm normally like the back 6 player, and if an opper is team mid and he plays that aggressively, it's really, really hard to get any info.
Because you have to hide the entire time, then it gives space
Yeah,
for the
pretty
enemies to
much.
get out Ivy, basically, or out middle.
So how do you counter that? Are you just more aggressive towards team mid? You kind of force him out, push a player inside, like Jordan does occasionally?
I think the way you counter that is you have your opper play Z and be more aggressive so he can't get out team mid, but if you do that, you run the risk of inner being weak, and then if you compensate by having 2 riflers inner, then you run the risk of having a ladder and Ivy split being weak.
Yeah.
So do you play close and aggressive on mid?
I think I would just have my opper play Z and then 1 E-box, 1 Ivy, and then 2 riflers inner.
And trust everyone to get the kills.
It's always a gamble,
Yeah.
like trying to make the correct read, right? You can't have a setup which covers everything perfectly.
Yeah.
You need to take
And then
some
even
sort
with
of
the
a
right
risk.
read, you can still end up losing. And then you're just like, I don't know what to do.
The
And it's like you
Then
made
you're
the right
just like,
play. it's
God
just, you just
fucking damn it.
The most important thing in that
You're the
setup,
fucking tight.
the most important thing in that setup is your nade usage at Ivy, because he's a guy that's on like an island, so he's not going to be going for any battles. So you really have to like, I would have one of the E-box guys throw a smoke for him first before he goes close E-box, so he has full nades left.
Nice. This guy got my reference.
Liquid not
It was,
looking
a,
good
it was a Spaceballs reference, and Skadoodle got it.
for the last round of the
Attaboy.
first half. Get well, Skadoodle.
Get well, dude.
Get Cup.
Pretty excited for this T side because I can already tell Liquid's going to come back.
Well, this is quite a challenge. Almost worst case scenario.
What's your thought process about this one thing? Do you think it's better that Liquid just loses 16-1 here and basically treats the game as if it's like, yeah, we just got wrecked and you know that's it, let's move on to the next map? Or is it better for them to at least start mounting a comeback so they get some confidence back, and then even if they lose, they can like still be hyped and feel the momentum?
The only one doing the mounting right now is Gambit.
I don't know. I always keep trying no matter what the score is.
You know, what happens if you're like Liquid right now and you get to, I don't know, 15-13 and then you lose 16-13 after being down 14-1? Would you feel crushed? Like, wouldn't it be even worse for you mentally if than just losing 16-1?
No, it's better because it just shows that you can come back and stay composed no matter what the score is.
If anything, Gambit's going to be pissed off that, oh, like we had 15-1 and we couldn't close it out, and they got to 15-13, like, and they're getting pissed off at one another because they've just lost like 12 rounds in a row before they finally won 1 round. So Gambit would be like kind of a little bit more frustrated and kind of going at each other, and Liquid would be like guys, we almost got...
Play-by-play, James.
Guns.
Wow.
Team kill. Well, the first kill is a team kill, and it's a Tech 9 straight in the head. So that is not a good start. And Nitro's been made the Red Boss, but he's only to kill his teammates. Oh, we've got kills all over the place. I'll cast this. Elige is on his own, but the bomb is down. He's on the high ground, and that's where he will lay
They still got
Hobbit
this,
with the headshot.
100%, boys. 100%.
This is where they eco them and then went out.
I thought you finished your sentence, Josh.
I think in terms of if you get fully wrecked like 16-1 or lose 16-14, I think at least you could go into the next map having killed some people and got some like personal momentum, you know, because I mean, if you look at the kills on like JDM's got 4 kills, for example, like 4, 6, 8. Like you want more kills than that going into second map. If you're going to mount a comeback, then I think you want some kind of rhythm and flow, and
Like,
you want to feel comfortable.
You know you have problems when your sensitivity is higher than your kill count. For the reference, JDM's sensitivity is like 7 or 11 or something.
What, with 400 API and 16 windows?
It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
Very high?
We'll ask him after the game. But yeah, it's ridiculously high.
Wow.
Or unless he
It's
like
weird for an
lowered
upper.
it tremendously. Like I remember he used to play with that at least.
But I suppose it makes sense because he's lounging. He can't really be into...
Exactly.
This is where you need that fallen speech, like, guys, let's show Gambit why we're such a strong team with this 2 Deagles and 2 UMPs and X and no grenades.
True.
Again, the lurker towards IV for the T side. Nitro to Deagle. Dren has somewhere to be.
Dren's just gonna repush this. What a madman.
He has a guy upper, so he's hoping that they can.
Oh.
Oh my god.
No regard for human
This
life.
is
not even
psychological warfare right now. This is like let's just do stupid stuff going into the second map.
I
and
have
tilt them
I
off
have a
faceless
smart stuff request for the second map.
I'm leaving.
Can Doja and Mo use their own nicks?
All right, later, dude.
He
Thanks
is,
for
he is
joining us. Thanks for
literally,
stopping by.
leaving.
He's just like, I'm leaving. Bye.
He did guarantee us a W.
This is true.
In Tech
100%.
there was
100%
He's
said.
a liar.
There was a W though. It just wasn't for the team that he expected.
I think there was just a D.
So 16-1, Yanko. What happened?
They just got wrecked, James. As
Starting
CT on
T-side.
as
Gambit's
CT
on
on
T-side.
train, yeah. Gambit 114-1 T side. It's very difficult. The game kind of snowballed out of their control pretty much. Mostly after the second gun round, because that's where they went
What
for
are you
that.
laughing at?
I'm just like, this is like this shot of like up my short, so it's just like crossing my legs.
Okay. Okay, it's fine.
You're the one who asked.
They just went for that aggressive play
Oh,
towards
dude.
Ivy. They were like,
Can we get Sarong, please, or something?
Look at Yanko flexing for the camera. They do a close up and he's just like flexing.
Oh, when they come back, we should ask if Dozy can change his name to Mo and
Yeah, no, I'm
And
gonna
vice versa.
do that.
for the sake
that's
of
pissing me off.
humanity.
pisses me off.
Actually, Evie, can you do me a favor? These guys have their names reversed, and it's really pissing me off. And you know too, so tell them. Whatever.
Can't believe they've done this.
I can't believe they've
Can we
done.
go to a break? I need to pee.
Yanko needs
He's
to
flexing still.
So we're
I'm
going
not.
to
Look,
You
I'll-
are.
I'll keep it like this.
we're going to cut to
Okay.
a break because
Like
Yanko
this.
needs to pee in a toilet. So
Just
you
went
go.
to the gym today, Josh.
You wanna go to the gym?
I went
You did.
for my break.
Your blood flowing.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Are we going to a break? I don't think we're going
I
to
don't
a
know.
break.
We'll
No.
find out.
It's what time. I mean, what happens?